Crepuscular rays. Sunbeams come through clouds at angles, proving the sun is local and close, not 93 million miles away. Triangulation. Sun and moon size. They appear exactly the same size during an eclipse. The statistical probability of this happening by accident is 0. Moon temperature. Moonlight is cold. An object in the shade of the moon is warmer than an object in the moonlight. The moon generates its own cold light. It is not a reflector. Seeing through the moon. During the day, you can often see blue sky through the dark parts of the moon. A rock is solid. The moon is semi-transparent. The firmament. Ancient scriptures, including the Bible, describe a solid dome separating the waters above from the waters below. This concept of a physical sky barrier was a common thread in Egyptian and Norse cosmology. Star trails. Time-lapse photos show stars making perfect circles around Polaris. This proves the stars move, not the Earth. Polaris never moves. The North Star has not moved from its position in thousands of years of navigation. Impossible in an expanding, spinning, orbiting universe. Constellations don't change. The Egyptians saw the same constellations we see. If we are spiraling through the galaxy at millions of miles an hour, the sky should change. This celestial stability was the foundation of ancient navigation and astronomy for millennia. The midnight sun. The 24-hour sun occurs in the Arctic, north. It is never authentically filmed in the Antarctic, south. The hotspot. The sun creates a focused hotspot on the clouds or water directly beneath it. A distant sun would light everything equally. Operation Fishbowl. The U.S. government fired nuclear missiles straight up in the 1960s. They exploded against a roof. They were testing the dome. Admiral Byrd's diary. In his alleged secret diary, Admiral Byrd wrote about entering a hollow Earth and discovering a new landmass and advanced civilization at the poles, a land beyond the ice wall. They tell you that you are sitting still, but they also tell you that you are on the most chaotic high-speed amusement park ride in the history of the universe. They claim you are moving in 4 different directions at 4 different speeds simultaneously. But you can't feel it. The water in your glass doesn't ripple. The house of cards doesn't fall. Today we are auditing the physics of the 4 spins. If they are right, you should be dead. If you are alive, they are lying. Let's look at the math they teach in school. It isn't just one spin, it is a compound chaos. First, the spin. They say the Earth rotates on its axis at 1,000 mph, faster than the speed of sound. Second, the orbit. While spinning, they say we are orbiting the sun at 67,000 mph. That is 30 times faster than a bullet. Third, the solar spiral. While spinning and orbiting, the entire solar system is supposedly chasing the sun around the Milky Way at 500,000 mph. Fourth, the galactic shot. Finally, the entire galaxy is shooting through the infinite void at over 2 million mph. Spinning, orbiting, spiraling, shooting. You are supposedly doing all 4 of these things right now. Do you feel it? If you get in a car and go 50 mph, you feel the acceleration. You feel the turns. But at 2 million miles per hour, you can balance a rock on its end? That is a sensory lie. Here's the kill shot. If we were really moving in 4 different directions, corkscrewing through the galaxy, the stars would be a mess. It would be like driving down a highway in a thunderstorm. The bugs, stars, would be hitting the windshield from all directions. Look at Polaris, the North Star. It is dead center. It never moves. The ancient sailors used it. The pyramids align with it. We use it today. If we were spiraling at 500,000 mph, Polaris would have disappeared from our sky thousands of years ago. The fact that the North Star is fixed proves that we are fixed. You are not a speck of dust zooming through a random explosion. That is a lie designed to make you feel small and accidental. The water is flat, the horizon is level. The stars are a perfect clock turning above you. You are not moving. You are the center of the show. Water finds its level. The fundamental physics of water is to remain flat and level when contained. There is no example in nature of the surface of water curving. Sea level, not sea curve. Surveyors measure height above sea level, not height above sea curve. The Suez Canal. It is 100 miles long with 0 locks. The water is perfectly level from end to end. If the Earth were a ball, the center should be 1,666 feet higher than the ends. It is not. The Nile River flows for 4,000 miles. On a ball Earth, It would have to flow uphill over the curvature hump for vast distances to reach the sea. The ATU, Mile 2 failure. The curvature formula demands a drop that is never observed in reality, e.g., Chicago skyline. Lighthouses. The Statue of Liberty torch 300 FT2 is visible from 60 miles away. It should be 2,000 feet below the horizon. The horizon always rises. No matter how high you go, plane, balloon, the horizon remains at eye level. On a ball it must drop. The flat horizon. A 360-degree view from high altitude shows a perfectly flat line, not a curve. Bridge engineering. Engineers for railroads and bridges do not account for the curvature of the Earth in their blueprints. They survey a flat plane. The zoom veto, ships that disappear over the hull first horizon, can be brought back into full view with a Nikon P1000 zoom. They didn't curve, they just got small.
The sky simply doesn't lie because the North Star has been in the exact same spot since the first sailor set sail. And if we were spinning and flying through space, that star would be moving all over the place. Plus, the ancient Egyptians looked up and saw the exact same shapes we see today, which proves we haven't zoomed anywhere. If you leave a camera shutter open, the stars make perfect circles around the North Star, proving the sky is spinning around us, not the other way around. Physics is real because you can't have air next to a vacuum without a container. Meaning, if space is a vacuum, it would suck our atmosphere away instantly unless there was a solid barrier. And pilots use an artificial horizon that stays perfectly rigid and level. So if they were flying around a ball, that instrument would flip over, but it stays flat for the whole trip. The Suez Canal connects two seas with zero locks where the water is perfectly level from end to end. Even though on a curved Earth, the middle would be a huge hill of water. Here's the kicker about moonlight. If you put a thermometer in moonlight, IT gets colder, not hotter, so you can't reflect heat from the sun and have IT turn cold, which proves the moon makes its own unique light. They say ships disappear over the curve, but if you grab a high-power zoom camera, you can bring the whole ship back into view because it didn't go down. It just got small. And planes flying in the south go way out of their way to the north just to get to another southern city, because they never take the shortcut over Antarctica since that route doesn't exist. Plus, NASA admits their famous picture of Earth is a composite, meaning they have to use Photoshop to make it, because they can't get far enough away to take a real picture.